My family said I inherited junk. Turns out I inherited a fortune. The refresh button on my browser was the only thing keeping me from having a cardiac event. I sat in my dimly lit kitchen, the glow of the laptop screen illuminating the empty pizza boxes and engine parts scattered across the table. It was Wednesday, February 4th, 8 p.m. The auction clock was ticking down. Time remaining, 15 minutes. Current bid, $248,500. I took a sip of lukewarm water, my hand shaking so badly that some of it spilled onto my shirt. I didn't care. I couldn't look away. Every time the number jumped, my heart did a somersault. This wasn't just money. This was vindication. This was a 2-year-long, I told you so, wrapped in a coat of Nightmist Blue paint. Then, my phone rang. It wasn't a bidder. It wasn't the auction house. It was Aunt Linda. I stared at the name flashing on the screen. I hadn't spoken to Linda in 24 months. Not since the day she laughed in my face and told me to enjoy my pile of tetanus. I picked up. I didn't say hello. I just listened to the heavy breathing on the other end. You take it down, Linda hissed. Her voice was trembling, but not with fear. With rage. Pure, unadulterated entitlement. You take that listing down right now, Jack. I mean it. Hello to you too, Linda, I said, my voice surprisingly steady. To what do I owe the pleasure? Don't play dumb with me, she shrieked. The audio distorted. She must have been screaming directly into the microphone. I saw the website. Brad showed me $250,000 for that piece of junk in the barn. You are trying to steal from this family. I'm not stealing anything, I said, leaning back in my chair, watching the bid tick up to $252,000. I'm selling my property. The property you and the rest of the family didn't want. Remember, we didn't know, she yelled. Grandpa was sick. He wasn't in his right mind when he gave you that car. He probably thought it was a tractor. That belongs to the estate, Jack. It belongs to us. I've already called Mr. Henderson. We are filing an emergency injunction to stop the sale. You won't see a dime of that money. It's fraud. Fraud. I laughed. It was a dark, dry sound. You signed the title, Linda. You, Uncle Bob, and Mom. You all signed the release of interest. I have the paper. We signed it because we thought it was scrap metal, she screamed. That constitutes deception. You knew what it was. You swindled us. I didn't know what it was, I said quietly. I just knew it was Grandpa's. And unlike you, I actually cared about his things. You have 1 hour, she threatened, her voice dropping to a low, venomous growl. Pull the auction. Hand over the keys. Or we will bury you in legal fees so deep you'll be living in that car. The auction ends in 12 minutes, Linda, I said. You better bid if you want it. I hung up. I put the phone down on the table. My hands were still shaking, but now it was from adrenaline. She was coming for me. The whole family was coming for me. They smelled blood in the water, and they were sharks who hadn't eaten in a while. But sharks have a weakness. They have to keep moving to breathe. And Linda had just swum into a net I set 2 years ago. To understand why my family is trying to destroy me over a car, you have to understand the funeral. My grandfather, Earl, was a hard man. He worked steel for 40 years. He saved every penny. When he died, the vultures started circling before the body was even cold. We gathered at the farmhouse for the reading of the will. It wasn't a formal reading. It was just Linda, my Uncle Bob, and my cousin Brad tearing through the house like a SWAT team, putting sticky notes on everything they wanted. I want the silver, Linda announced, sweeping a drawer of cutlery into her purse. And the china. I'm taking the truck, Bob shouted from the driveway. And the tools. I stood on the porch, watching them pick the carcass clean. I didn't want the stuff. I wanted my grandpa back. He was the only one who ever gave a damn about me. My family got everything and only gave me the car thinking it was just a rust bucket. Now they will try to sue me in probate court. They can use words like undue influence and mental incapacity. These are two nuclear weapons greedy relatives used to overturn wills. But she forgot that her son, Brad, is an idiot who records everything for social media. And she forgot that I saved his story from that day. For full video, kindly follow instructions on screen or read description.